Welcome back. Last week, Michael Steele, RNC chairman, got in trouble. He got in trouble for talking about the war in Afghanistan, calling it Obama's war, saying that we never chose to be there, this was not a war we wanted to be part of, that we were being held there essentially by the president. While he doesn't have the reason for us being there correct, we're there because President Bush took us there, his statements still have a little bit of truth to them. There are a lot of questions now as to why we're still in Afghanistan. Now, it's important to remember why we went there in the first place. Afghanistan was purported to be the hiding place for Osama bin Laden and a number of other terrorists that were involved with the 9/11 bombings. And in that case, President Bush was right in sending troops in to go get him. Forget the get him dead or alive thing, the cowboy crap that he tried to, portray, Mr. Macho Guy behind the Oval Office desk. Forget that. The fact is, the mission was a proper mission to be undertaken. You had someone that you knew, you had credible evidence, had admitted to planning and implementing an attack on the United States that killed 3,000 people. It was the right thing to do. Problem is, it was executed poorly. Not enough troops were sent in to start. And basically, in the end, bin Laden was allowed to escape. He escaped into the hills that border Pakistan, and he's likely hiding out in caves. He's very good at this. He's done this for many, many years. When it was apparent that we weren't going to catch him right away, focus got put on Iraq. That was not the right place to be. Troops were sent to Iraq. Money was sent to Iraq. But this isn't about the Iraq war. This is about the fact that we missed an opportunity in Afghanistan. But here we are, years later, and we're still in Afghanistan. Why? Well, it depends who you talk to. Many will tell you that we're there because we want to keep the Taliban from rising back up into power and turning Afghanistan back into an Islamic extremist state. Others will tell you we're nation building. We're there to try to build a better life for the people in the country. And others will say we're still hunting for bin Laden. My take on it, none of those are good enough. We shouldn't be there any longer. I respect our troops enough that I think they should come home from a mission that can't be completed right now. That's not to diminish what they're doing. But the fact of the matter is that the mission that they were there for was not nation building. We didn't go into Afghanistan to make it a better place. We went in with one purpose and one purpose alone, and that was get bin Laden. But he's not in Afghanistan. He's in Pakistan. We don't need to be in Afghanistan. Now, if we want to send some troops into Pakistan, that is a different consideration. But the problem there is Pakistan doesn't want us to do that because Pakistan actually likes the Taliban. Meanwhile, we have an issue in Afghanistan. The nation building, the biggest problem there is the guy who's running the country right now is corrupt. Hamid Karzai is not who you want to be dealing with in that country. He's dealing with the Taliban. he's not opposed to them. Talk's a good game, but he's making deals with them. The Taliban doesn't want us to find bin Laden. In Pakistan, the Taliban is popular. So let's put this into perspective. We're in a country where the leader of the country is making deals with essentially the enemy, an Islamist extremist group. The guy we're looking for is not in the country. He's in a bordering country whose citizens like him and like the Islamic extremist group. Exactly how are we going to get bin Laden in that situation? He's got himself a wall that's fairly impenetrable. Pakistan likes to talk a big game, but they're not going to do anything to catch bin Laden. And nation building in Afghanistan is not what we should be doing. So what should we do? Well, I think some troops need to stay. Not necessarily troops, but definitely intelligence people. And frankly, a couple of squads of people who are very good at hunting down killers. Because that's what you have to really look at bin Laden and his group as. They're killers. You need some people who can hunt them down. You don't need 100,000 troops to do that. In fact, 100,000 troops just lets him know where you are. If he's in Afghanistan and we're in, then fine, chase him down. But he's not. He's in Pakistan. So you know what? Go after him. Pakistanis don't like it. They can squawk a bit. But as long as you're not doing anything to their country, to their people, the only ones you're going after is bin Laden, they're not going to have a whole lot to stand on. In the meantime, get the rest of those boys home. And women. Men and women over there serving deserve to come home. Some have been through 2, 3, 4 tours of duty. It's time for them to come home. Now, where Steele got in trouble was the fact that Republicans have been saying, you can't pull out of Afghanistan. That's telling the enemy that they've won. No, it's not. Right now they're winning. Why? Because they're having us fight a battle and fatigue our troops over something we're not going to win at. We're not going to catch bin Laden in Afghanistan. They're laughing. They're looking at it saying, great, you're right, don't put a timetable on it. Just burn your troops out every day. We don't need to be doing that. We need to be fighting smart. These surge issues, surge is a tool to take care of insurgents, the counterinsurgency, where you are trying to build good feelings and goodwill with the people of the country. It's pointless. Why? Because the only way it'll survive is if we continue to be there, which means not bringing anybody home. We don't need to be doing that. Do we need people there who are trying to take care of finding the fugitives? Yes. Do we need 100,000 troops to do that? I don't think so. Another thing Steele said that was true is, you know what? Fighting a land war in Afghanistan is usually not a great idea. Lots have tried and nobody succeeded. I don't think we should declare defeat, but I think we need to declare that enough's enough. We need to change the way we do things. We'll be right back after this.